Jim. Let's see. How we doing, folks? Happy to have you. Let's see. Let's get some people in this. Let's get some people in this bitch, and let's get this party started. Yeah. Give me a second, folks. Let me just get the. Let me just share the stream a little bit. And let's get going. I'm excited for this one. Planet Kaiju is, I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm also like fucking mad. Let's just call it like it is. There's one Planet Kaiju I actually want to get my hands on, but I'm just kind of gonna call it like it is. Christoph Robin, you're making life very, very, very hard for me. Who knows what I might do if I'm not gonna get my hands on this thing. But all jokes aside, I find Planet Kaiju really interesting. And Rico, if you be listening to this, Rico being like the founder of Orbis, give me the option to make like the banner a little smaller. But I think the art on Planet Kaiju is cool. I really think so. They're new. I hadn't heard from them for a little bit, but I'm really intrigued by the art. I mean, this kind of looks like something you might want to use as a profile picture, right? I think it looks cartoony, a little bit Ed Hardy-esque, a little bit. It's something which I would not mind starting to collect. But you know what? And like, this is like the harder part with, wait. Teens, how are you doing, brother? Happy to see you tune in already. I mean, like, I was just gonna say, man, I'm intrigued by this, but also just a word of caution. If I'm gonna hear some red flags, I'm gonna call you out for it, right? That's my role in this ecosystem. But like, so far, I really like what I've heard from teens, right? Like, the guy seems to be incredibly passionate about like what they're trying to achieve. It's been validated by the market already, right? A little bit, just getting started. Like, the floor price is still like really low. Let's just call it like it is. But like, equally, that does not inherently mean that the project itself is good or bad, right? Like, it's just interesting right here, right now. Kinky Dread, how are you doing, brother? For all of you, don't forget to follow and like and subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of alpha. We are only doing Solana NFTs, right? This is your channel for Solana NFTs, and especially the ones worth collecting, because at the end of the day, as much as I'm a autistic nerd myself, let's just call it like it is, we're here in this game to, well, to basically collect, right? We believe, or like I believe, that this is worth it to collect at the end of the day. I prefer this over Pokemon cards. Very much so. 1 second, guys. So if we're talking about like trading cards and the collectability of these things, right? We're looking for the new Pokemon at the end of the day. We're looking for like the D-Gods, like the new kind of wave of D-Gods, right? Or like whether we're looking for projects which have good opportunity to basically become like one of the new blue chips. And I'm not sure if that will be Planet Kaiju, but I'm not sure they're not, right? So that's at the end of the day what I'm trying to learn more about is, what are they bringing to the table? What are they doing new, right? Like, what are the plans with stuff like community building? How do you keep your people entertained, etc., etc.? Teens and I had like some discussions like earlier, and I find like this to be like very fascinating. There's actually just one NFT brand which kind of reminds me of this, just because like they're also using a trade store, etc., etc., and they're called THC Labs, right? But again, very different art, very different world building, very different kind of NFT, right? At the end of the day. So yeah, I kind of want to learn. I want to learn more about like what are they about, right? What makes them the right kind of collectible? What makes them worth keeping an eye on at the end of the day, right? So yeah, let's see how far we can take this one. And also, so folks, also, I feel it is my kind of duty and plight to I just want to cover like the new ones, right? So like teens, like I'm just gonna give you like a heads up. At the end of the day, I'm definitely more within the niche of NFT blue chips, right? Your D got your famous Foxes, your SMB, Matlats. But equally, I want to try my very best to actually like shine a light on the ones who might be like the next kind of blue chip. And I'll tell you this much, like I find this extremely challenging because basically it's so hard to differentiate the two, right? What differentiates like a very good project from like a very bad at the beginning stages. You know what? Like in my book, it's probably twofold. Probably the art and the way they're building like the community, right? So let's just like dig right into it. Actually, let's not dig right into it. Like give us like a minute or what, 7.5. And then let's get Teens on Asset up. Let's scroll through the art a little bit. Also, Christoph, if you're listening to this, I will hunt you down because like you got something which belongs in my wallet, brother. It's true. It's true. Also, interestingly, is that Teens on Asset is the artist himself. Now, I'm always like kind of intrigued by this, right? Because I can only imagine there's some nice to haves on like being both the artist as well as like the business mind behind it. Scuffy, how are you doing, brother? Must be quite early for you, if I'm not mistaken, right? How are you doing? They look cool. Like I like it. Teens, like I'll tell you one thing. What I would like you to educate me on is how do things work with regards to rarity once things have been adapted. Miss Siddle, how are you doing, brother? Appreciate you tuning in. Miss Siddle actually had like the greatest idea. Dang, you just woke up. I mean, like that must be some kind of an all-time low when you're waking up and like the first thing you're tuning into is like the NFT cat. I'm so sorry you're in that place in life, but like we'll pull through it together, brother. Jules, appreciate you tuning in. It should be known that Miss Siddle the other day had like the best idea. So we're gonna have in a week from now, probably in a week from now, but possibly on Friday, I'm gonna have Chronic King. And Chronic King, I mean, like, you cannot see this, but like, Masido, like, I'm having like the biggest fucking smile on my face right now. He's been bitching with Folter Solana from Hacks. So, your boy, your cat, this guy is going to dress up as a peace dove, and I'm going to reunite these two souls. They're either gonna fight it out, It's true, Missido. You don't want to miss that one. I have no clue what I'm getting myself into, but you know what? Apart from the collectability, right? Apart from covering the markets, apart from the alpha, we're also here for the drama. Like, who are we kidding? We're getting told that the NFT market is dead now. Like, I'm making it my own personal mission to show each and every one of you that Solana NFTs are so much alive. Whenever it might come down to like projects like these actually like being new, right? Like offering something new to the table. Christoph Robin, I see you in there. I see you reposting the stream, and you and we need to have a talk. I am sick and tired of you. You're ignoring me. I'll forgive you. But like, I've been crying myself to sleep on a daily basis. I cannot tolerate it. Like, get back at me in DMs. I will not enjoy life for a single day without that one NFT in my wallet. But like, equally, come back with me with something reasonable. Let's be friends in this. Friends. Anyways, Fulter Solana and Chronic, they've both agreed to actually like have this kind of a therapy session on stream. I have no clue what to expect. I don't even know what the beef is about, but I'll tell you guys one thing. You will be entertained. I promise you that. As I'm telling you one thing, because like I know there's actually like quite a lot of good collectors. They're beating quite hard. Like Chronic was, well, I mean, like I like Chronic, but like I would very much. He totally lost like any kind of, well, I need to pick my words carefully, but like it was very interesting, and I would say like he sounded slightly retarded on whatever he was like yapping about. So I have no clue what happened there. But anyways, I wanna like, let's shift the focus. I mean, like it's totally onto me, right? Like I got derailed a little bit, but let's get into Planet Kaiju. I think what should be noticed, right? Macedo, I'm very much neutral. Like I'm not picking sides. I'm just like saying that like Chronic was yapping. I'm not saying whether he had the reason to. I'm not saying he was wrong, but like it is what it is. Like I like both these guys. Like just so you know, I like Vulture Solana and I like Chronic. Like I'm not picking sides on anyone. Anyways, on to the next one. Teens on Acid, Planet Kaiju. Why was I interested in the first place, right? I'm a nerd. I like the art, right? I think looking at this art, I think it was cool. This was something to where I'm like, what is this? Right? I haven't heard of these guys. And whenever there's like an NFT I haven't heard of, like it's always kind of hard, right? Because sometimes you see really cool art, which is kind of bad, right? When you're looking at the project, and sometimes it's vice versa. With these guys, I laid my eyes on them, and then I heard Rico talk about them, basically telling me on how they provide a bunch of services for them. Then with Orbis.Soul launching, I actually saw that they had some good price action based on it. Then I got in touch with their community, and honestly speaking, like I'm highly interested. I think it's time. Teams, I'm gonna put you on in a second. Let me just like close down the chat so we can actually re-upload this one to YouTube after. Guys, I hope you enjoy. I'm going to be like enjoying for sure, if anything. Teens, how are you doing, brother?
Yo, can you hear me?
I can. How are you doing?
I'm fantastic, brother. How about you? Thank you for having me.
It really is my pleasure. I'm doing great. I would say like NFTs are alive and kicking. What are you saying about that?
I would say they're well alive and well fucking kicking, bro. We are here
Oh yeah.
and we're not going anywhere. We've got a lot of work to do, even though we've been busy as hell. Um, this is a non-stop business. It's a non-stop art lifestyle. It's a creative lifestyle. I wake up and dream. I dream about cartoons and wake up every day and I draw cartoons and I talk to my Discord community about cartoons and anime and NFTs, and it all comes full circle, man. Like, we run this nerd shit.
Nice. I mean, like, so you're a weep as well?
I'm a massive weeb. I'm the biggest otaku. I am the biggest otaku you will ever come across, my bro.
So tell me, let's get right into it.
Let's do it.
What's like? It's kind of obvious that you're drawing some of your inspiration from anime, right? Like,
absolutely. I'm a kid of the 80s and 90s, so I grew up on anime and American Saturday morning cartoons and comics and toys, and that's just where my interests lie, alongside graffiti and skateboarding and a few other little bits and pieces. But at the core of it, cartoons, comics, anime, that kind of shit. That's what gets me going.
Nice. So, like, what are some of your favorites in that sense?
Astro Boy was always the first one that influenced me. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Dragon Ball Z, Thundercats, Masters of the Universe.
Nice.
Like, dude, you name it. Samurai Pizza Cats. Even Pokemon, the One Piece, all the classics, man.
Nice. I'm a huge Attack on Titan nerd. But like,
let's go.
Right. But like, obviously, like as you said, like the Dragon Ball Z's, the One Piece, like, and it's actually like kind of interesting, right? Because like as time goes on, like it's actually getting more and more popular, I feel.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to slow down anytime soon.
No.
It's the IP behind those franchises, and the likability of the characters and the styling is just, the Akira Toriyama's Dragon Ball Z character designs are iconic, and they lead into streetwear, they lead into graffiti. It's counterculture. It's perfect, man.
Who would have guessed that actually like writing like a good story, having like character development is actually like a lot better than just like pushing a agenda, right?
For real.
So dude, like, tell me on Teens on Acid, like, you know what, on beforehand, what I think would probably help you is that, like, from anyone who has not been involved with like Teens on Acid, I think like you guys are still like in the beginning stages, if you will, right? Like I have very much like my background within NFTs is more so like the blue chips within NFTs, and it's not better or worse. It's just like whenever you're getting into like this new kind of universe, there's so many questions to be answered, right? Like, so
of course,
where are you guys coming from? Like, where are you headed? What's the idea? I know you have like a trade store and we're gonna get into that, but like, why is that important to begin with, right? Why should anyone care is what I'm asking.
Well, people should care if they're excited about NFTs and if they're excited about the longevity of the collection that they decide to invest in. We've always been art first. If I could, I'd just go back a little bit to 2001 when I first came into the space. 2021, not 2001. I quit my day job in the first quarter of 2021, just after COVID and all that bullshit. And I kind of had enough of the job I was at. I was an illustrator for a kids surfwear brand, and it had kind of run its course. I hit my ceiling there. I'd drawn enough surfers and skateboarders and Australian animal cartoons to do me for a lifetime. So I had an opportunity to start a business with somebody else. It didn't quite work out, but it gave me a few months of like constant art creation, which was dope. And then I sort of found myself without anywhere to go in that startup business. So I just started putting together an art show, started streaming artwork, came across the Dead Fellas and NFTs, and was like, fuck, I can do that. I absolutely can create something similar to this. So I created my first collection on ETH back in September of 2021. I had absolutely no idea what I was doing, which was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew I could create the artwork, but man, I had no idea about everything else that comes along with an NFT collection. You know, it's not just the art. While the art comes first for a lot of us, there's so much more involved, especially with community building and hype building. And at the time, something I had no idea about was the VC backing as well. Something I've never used, never will use. I'm not interested in that. You know, we're underground till I die. You know, we're kind of counterculture against all that shit. So yeah, it's basically I started on ETH, and then I dabbled on Tezos because there was a pretty cool art scene there. So myself, I'm just an artist that is kind of relying on myself to get through life. You know, I worked 20 years as a graphic designer. Got done with art directors and bosses who don't know their heads from their arseholes telling me, you know, how I should make art. So yeah, went out on my own, and then I found myself. I'm not sure if you remember the chain Phantom. It's now called Sonic.
I do.
Okay. So they had a thriving art scene back at the
Really?
Yeah, it was dope. It was hell. There was a really cool auction house, and a lot of money went through that auction house, and there were collectors there who were like, they were legitimately there to back artists, and we got some pretty good backing there. I dropped a one-of-one collection that was loosely based on the Garbage Pail Kids from the 80s. Not sure if you remember the Garbage Pail Kids, but I put my own spin on it and started creating characters that lived in the acid verse. So we sort of like just riffed on that, and also did a lot of like, you know, plays on existing IP like fucking Devilman and the Ninja Turtles and that kind of stuff. Anyway, getting through it, released my first generative collection on Phantom and AVAX. We did like this split chain thing. So spent a few years working on Phantom and AVAX primarily, releasing generatives and building up a group of characters and collections that would sort of become the template and the foundation for the storyline of the Acidverse. That sort of went on until, and we got through to about 2024, and things were starting to look pretty bleak. Sonic had changed. Phantom had changed to Sonic. The NFT scene there was dying in the ass. Everybody was turning on each other. It just got really fucked up. So I started to look at different avenues, and I could see, and similar things are happening on AVAX as well. It's just like nobody could coexist without trying to eat each other's tail, and it was just terrible. There was no more all tides lift the boats. You know what I mean? It was just like, let's fucking scrounge for every single dollar we can get so that we can afford a burger. It was just horrible.
That's the anger phase of like the market cycle, right?
Crazy, man. It was really disappointing to see these communities that had come together for one another for so long just basically turn on each other. So because I'm the founder of the Acidverse, I'm the only artist here doing this. So this is basically all me and the devs, Rico and Gotham for now. And up until that point, I hadn't had a dev. So a lot of my releases were solo releases that I would drop on OpenSea, just using their launch platform. But yeah, with everything like turning to shit on Phantom and AVAX, I started to look at Solana, and I noticed that not only was the volume for NFTs still really strong, it's that the collectors were passionate about what they were collecting. They were genuinely interested in keeping their communities afloat. And I thought, we'd built up a pretty good community here in the Acidverse, full of very passionate, very generous collectors, all around the similar age group that, all grew up in the 80s and 90s, all into comics and cartoons, skateboarding, graffiti, nostalgia, all that kind of stuff. So I put it to them and I was like, I'm thinking about heading to Solana for Planet Kaiju. What do you guys think? And it was a resounding yes. Everyone was like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's give it a go. So Planet Kaiju had been in the works for probably 2 years leading up to this point. It was something that I'd spent a lot of time developing visually, figuring out exactly how these NFTs were going to look. And we went through a few different iterations. I dropped a few different one-of-one collections that showed my thought process and the stylings of how I wanted these characters to look. And then it just got to the point where I had enough written down to actually start the real process of creation. And through that process of creation, we come across Gotham through one of our community members who actually runs the Planet Kaiju Twitter, which is, his name's Jared. FTM is my love, is his handle.
Nice.
He's been indispensable for the community. He's absolutely unreal. He's our community outreach. He runs the Twitter. He's an incredible human, super generous, will do anything for anybody. So he's been a pillar by my side for sure. So he introduced me to Gotham, and then we had a chat with Rico. I outlined my plans for this collection because it was quite extensive. I'm sure you've seen as you look at the collection on Orbis that we've got quite a few different, say, templates or categories for the body types.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just, we're not just based on a simple human body type or, a cat or a dog or whatever, or an ape. My plan with Planet Kaiju was to really dive into the thickness of the lore and the history of tokusatsu and kaiju culture in Japan. So if we're thinking about kaiju culture in Japan, like, we have to start with Godzilla. So that gives me my first category. We've got lizards, and then we've got, the next biggest name in kaiju is King Kong. So we're going to need apes for sure. Everyone loves apes, so we've got to include a King Kong.
Teams, don't mind me intervening like a little bit. Would you like me to just like pop up the screen?
Sure, go for it, man. Yeah.
Let's boom, there we go. And boom. Because like we might as well just like show like the audience what we're talking about here, right?
Absolutely, man. Yeah. It helps people who aren't familiar with the collection to understand exactly what I'm jabbering on about.
Absolutely. I think like this is, for example, one of the lizards, is if I were to guess.
Absolutely. Yep. So really leaned into the kaiju history. So I gave myself 6 categories. So we had the lizards, we've got the apes, and I thought bears would be cool to work with. Although I can't really think of any like really famous bear kaiju characters. Kaijus are monsters, so I was like, fuck it, we can do whatever we want. So then we got the bears, and then I really like demons. I like to include demons and a demon underworld in whatever collection or like kind of drawings and illustration type stuff I do. So demons are definitely in there. We needed humans, so there's a human faction, and then I thought birds could be a really interesting base plate for me to work with, because the shapes of birds are like, you can be really, really crazy with them. There's so many variations on a bird shape. You can go from the crane to a pigeon, to an eagle, to a hawk, or whatever. Like, you can really mess with it. So it really enabled me to, stretch my wings, pun intended, and really get creative with it, and really like style this shit up and really fuck with it. The other important thing was that we really dive into streetwear style, something that I wasn't really seeing a lot of in NFT collections. I did see some on ETH in the early days, 2021, 22. Like there was some pretty rad streetwear focused collections, but as the years went on, I think things got a little bit simpler, a little bit more basic, a little bit more expected in terms of what traits people were including in their collections. And I really wanted to veer away from that, and definitely lead into the skateboarding and streetwear culture. So that's where the jackets come into play. And the jackets are actually the primary focus of the NFT. As you can see, they're the topmost layer. And the Kaiju themselves fit snugly into the jacket. And that was I went through months of designing so that, we could use the same sets of jackets over multiple body styles and still have it all fit. That was massive to try and make that work. And I think for the most part, we pulled it off. And then just worked with my color palette that I've developed over the years that runs congruent through all of my collections, so that when you come across a collection on AVAX, ETH, Solana, and it has this palette, you get a pretty good idea that it was probably me that created it. I've got a line style, I've got an identity, in my artwork. So it's something I've worked on for decades to get to this point. So proud of where we're at.
Yeah, I mean, like, I like the visuals a lot. It's very apparent, like whatever you're seeing, right? With the streetwear, with the graffiti, with it looks unique, right? And like from a point of view with regards to art, I think like art is subjective, art is to be disputed, right? Like what looks good to you might look like shit to me. But it does look like something which is a standalone kind of product rather than just your next ape, your next kind of cat, dog. Like it looks cool. And I also like the I'm not native English, so like don't flame me on this one. It's not the perspective, but basically the stance, like the side stance. It's kind of like the mugshot. It looks cool.
For real. Yeah, the mugshot is 100% what came into play. I'm glad you like that.
Well, you know what? It looks different, right? And because like normally, like whether you like Matlabs, DeGods, Bored Ape, like the stance is all kind of the same, even though like the art style itself is like very different. But like there are not too many collections looking like this.
That was a major point. I went through, as I mentioned before, that I spent a few years doing one-of-one collections, small one-of-one collections, to flesh out how this would look in the end. And none of them were side facing like this. None of them were a profile view. So landing on this view, I was just like, it just felt right. It looked cool. It does limit a few things that I can do layer wise and trait wise, but I think it opens up more opportunities than it doesn't. So I'm stoked with where it's at, but we've got a really long runway ahead of us. This can literally, and we'll get into this because the trait store ties directly into what I'm about to say, is that as long as we have the chain, as long as Solana is alive, Planet Kaiju can be customized, and as long as Gotham Labs is around, Planet Kaiju can live and be customized for as long as the chain is alive. So as long as I'm alive as well, I guess.
That's just like a small detail, I reckon. So hypothetically, right? This is before we get into like the all the details of like the trade store. The only collection I know which also utilizes a trade store is THC Lamps by Chronic King. You might know him.
I'm not quite sure of that one, man.
He's I believe he also has it like done through Rico.
Okay, I'll look into it.
Yeah, I mean, like they're cool. Like I like them. I haven't like dug into the NFTs as I'm doing with you right now, or like as I have like the knowledge on the shoots, right? Like the more blue chip
Right.
ones.
Yeah.
But I am pretty much a noob when it comes down to like these trade stores and like upgrading your NFT, etc., etc. I am a sucker to basically collect rare items. That's
Hmm.
my fall, right?
Hmm.
So how does this relate to rarity at the end of the day? Let's say I would get myself a floor NFT and I would upgrade it. Would it increase the rarity? Would it not? Like,
Absolutely.
okay,
Absolutely. Yeah. So a big thing in our community is we don't usually we take aesthetic over rarity always.
sure.
It's a big part of why we all get along. Granted, we love one of ones, we love artist editions, we love legendaries, and we do love rare traits. That there's no denying that. But if the aesthetics don't work, for me, I don't give a shit how rare it is. If it doesn't look rad, then I'm not going to worry about picking it up. But you're absolutely correct in thinking that, you know, if you were to pick up a trait in the trait store that there's only 5 or 6 of, like very short supply, and you apply that to your NFT, it's immediately going to increase your rarity score.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, like, because at the end of the day, I would assume that the trade you're gonna give out is also gonna be like a one-on-one kind of thing, right? Like, I would imagine you're not gonna, let's say, if you're gonna give out like, let's say, 10x or whatever kind of crown or a hat or whatever. I kind of reckon you would fuck over the community if you just like give out like the same trait like a year later, for example.
Oh, no, that won't happen. No.
Yeah, okay,
Once
gotcha.
once a trade is sold out, there's a 99% chance we won't bring it back.
Gotcha. Well,
Because
why don't we just
what
like,
that also
sorry.
does. So yeah, sorry to
Mhm.
interrupt. I'm just back on the rarity thing as well. So one thing to consider, and I think this happens. I see this a lot within my collection, is that the Godzilla style get flawed. People don't really collect the Godzilla style, and I'm totally okay with that because I know in the back
That's
in the
this
back of
one,
my
right?
mind, yeah. So
It looks
every
cool.
time, thank you, man. Yeah, I mean, personally, I dig them. I think they're nice and evil. They're rad as fuck to me.
Yeah, they look dangerous.
Yeah. They're a little bit hard to design hats and shit for, but I've got plenty of time to figure that out.
Nice.
But what I was getting to is that every time that somebody changes traits in the store, what it does then is it lowers the count of the trait that they changed of the OGs.
Yeah.
So eventually, over time, over years, we're going to see less and less OG traits available, more and more trait store traits available. So I really like the interplay of that in terms of something that was once quite common, hopefully eventually becomes quite rare, and vice versa.
I mean, like that makes sense, right? And also, I mean, this is some food for thought. Who knows whether this will be turn out to be right, yes or no? But like right now, we're in like the heart of the bear market within NFTs, right? Like a common denominator is that you have your hardest of hardcore community who is there right here, right now, who overvalues some traits, right? And we will see what that will age like in the future. So as you say, like as if the Godzilla will be underappreciated right here, right now, then it does not mean that in the future, when there's a whole bunch of new people who might be interested into NFTs, etc., who might think to themselves like, well, I kind of disagree with like the point of view of the hardcore community. I don't mind myself like a cheap Godzilla.
Let's go. I'm down with that. I love that. It's all these angles that you can come at. And you know, the collection being quite expansive. It's not small. It's 66 supply. You know, there is something there for everybody, and I think that's important that you try and cover all your bases. You don't just, you know, pigeonhole into a certain style of collector.
True.
But yeah, I think we're doing okay.
I mean, like at the very least, right? Like you're getting noticed. I mean, and at the end of the day, like all you need is like some momentum. I think like you guys actually enjoyed like quite some good momentum with like the launch of Orbis, to where I believe in order to get like the orbs, your collection actually got like, I mean, like it enjoyed like quite the influx of people just trying to collect orbs, right? And which is awesome. You need some kind of a catalyst, and they chose yours over another one, right? It
Yeah,
made
we
that.
did. I think because it was cheap. But I like to think that the art came into play as well. Yeah, I think over that first 7-day period of Orbis being live, we had the #1 spot in NFTs sold.
Yeah.
Not actual volume, but just the number of NFTs sold.
Well, and that's kind of like the point I'm trying to make. People also could have gone for another one, right?
That's right.
They could have gone for another one, but like, dude, like we're all starting somewhere, right? Like all you just need to get the message out and see, like, make people decide for themselves whether they like it or they don't. Like that's up to them. But at the very least, like it intrigued me enough to where I'm like, I kind of want to learn more about these guys, because I do kind of dig the art, and I do kind of want to know like what's moving them. So yeah,
we have a very dedicated community. We're not massive, but we've got pretty loud voices, and we like to prop each other up, and we're always retweeting each other's stuff.
It's true.
We're always rating. We're always trying to show like we're proud of this collection. Like it might be my artwork, but it's our collection. You know what I'm saying? We all, especially with the guys who are so heavily into the customization aspect of this, I'm basically giving them the traits and just saying, hey, make this collection look the way you want it to look. This is our collection. We work on this together. So I'm really proud of it, and we got a long way to go, but I think we've got a great foundation.
Question on that. Let's say I'll be a community member, right? And whether it's me or anyone else, that's besides the point. But like, do you listen to your community and like the new kind of traits you're developing?
I do, but it's got to stick within the lore and the ethos of Planet Kaiju. Like,
sure,
we're not just going to go and do clown faces just because someone likes clowns. It's got to suit. It's got to be streetwear. It's got to be Japanese inspired. It's got to be Kaiju related. As long as it runs in sort of, and it can be a little bit broader. We can go into 80s and 90s, cartoons and anime and toys and all that kind of stuff. I love wrestling, so there's some wrestling traits. I put the old Ultimate Warriors face paint in there, and we've got motorcycle helmets because I think that sort of suits Japanese culture in a way, Japanese like counterculture in a way. Cool cycle helmets. And we also want the cool streetwear vibe, and we also want the hip hop vibe, skate vibe. So we got ski glasses and we got headsets, and as long as it fits, then yeah, I'm open to trait suggestions.
Gotcha. I mean, like, I'll tell you this much, like, what I really like talking to you is that you seem to be like a purist for the art, and a purist for your community, and like without judging, right? Because like I cannot judge based on like a 30-minute conversation right now. But at the end of the day, I do think like those are your two key ingredients, because, well, what else is there for NFTs, right? Like you need your community to basically hop on like to this journey you're on, right, for like the next few years, and enjoy themselves. And equally, like you need to have like these hardcore fans, purists, who dig the art rather than like the speculators, because like the speculators is just going to be like a top signal, right? At the end of the day, people like it because like they love collecting this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. there was a point, you know, like I said earlier, I went out on my own to be an artist and, you know, try and survive on my own like that and create my own product and just be me and see who comes along for the ride through streaming, through NFT collections. You know, collectability is a massive thing. Trading card collecting, Pokemon collecting. It's what we grew up with.
True.
It strikes a nerve, you know. So when I understood that there was a community that was into this and that was happy to back me, to support me, then it was a no-brainer for me to put my everything into this.
Nice.
This is I wake up and I get straight into Discord, and it's the last thing I do
Nice.
before I go to sleep. I'm in Discord. I am with the community 100% all day, every day. Without them, I'm nothing. You know, I'm just a guy drawing cartoons, trying to, you know, make my way through life. So, you know, I owe everything to my community, and I'll do anything for them. You know, I'm here till the day I die, man. This is it for me.
I mean, like, you gotta respect it, or at least like I do. Like, this is like the part, like, it's true, right? Like, we're all kind of fucked if it weren't for like this industry, but like it goes both ways. So, both ways, though, right? Like, you need, like, an artist needs their community, or like a founder needs their community, but like equally, the community needs a founder who will all supply their demand at the end of the day.
Exactly. Yeah, and we're very different from other communities. I would imagine. You know, especially your blue chip communities that, in my opinion, from the outside looking in, probably have, you know, a fair bit of backing coming in before anything else, and then communities get built around that. You know, there are great ideas. There's some great artwork, but to me, very few have a real underground vibe where you get when you come into our Discord, it's like you just walk down the stairs in some back alley into this like dingy toy store, and like you're talking with the dude behind the counter. There's toys and trading cards and comics everywhere, and you know, you're discussing the things that you grew up on, and you know, and you're swapping and trading and helping each other, you know, get these things that give you so much joy, because that's what the NFTs are about, in my opinion, is to bring you some joy that you just so desperately need in life. And you know, what's better than trading card style collectability? I think it, especially if you grew up in the 80s, 90s, geez, even the 2000s, you know, like trading cards were still quite big then, and they've had a massive resurgence, right, in the last probably 3 or 4 years with Pokemon and trading card games, you know. So
It's true.
we definitely bring that collectability and that nostalgic feeling of ripping packs and trading. That comes into play massively with us.
I like it. So you're basically comparing yourself. I don't mean this in a bad way, right? But you're comparing your project to the blue chips in a way of like, hey, like it's just different. Can you maybe like touch a little more upon that, right? Like, so what are the? I get that you're. This might be more of a ongoing process, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the way you can change your NFT, but what are some of the other kind of like differences between your project, your community, and those of more of the blue chips out there?
So it is hard to speak on, because I'm not actually involved in many blue chip communities. So I'm not 100% like in the know of how things run in those communities. All we see is money, and the actual culture behind those communities isn't really prevalent. And I don't see the culture of a community of, say, I don't know what, I'm not going to say to gods, because you see plenty of that out there. I'm just going to say in general, the culture of a community is visible on the timeline, and I just don't see a whole lot of it, to be honest. It's so much of it is focused on volume and price, and a lot gets left in the dust of like, where's the thickness, where's the story, like where's the involvement of the community in the artwork, where's my stake in this? Is it just financial? Am I only here for you know, for what the community tells me is cool? Like I don't know. it's been really difficult for me as a collector to really latch onto many other collector communities with the same vibe that ours has. And I'm not saying ours is the best. It's just what I fuck with. And I think where that comes from
sense.
is that it's a community of collectors foremost than a community of financial guys looking to make cash off the next flip.
That makes sense. That makes sense. You know what? Because like this is like one of the things I've learned, but more so recently, right? Because like I mean, like it's no secret I'm huge into DGOTs, and like
Mhm.
if I really wanted to get like exotic, I got myself some medievals, which is kind of
Oh, word. Yeah.
right. Like they're cool, but like they're the same artist from the DGOTs. But especially when I started this channel, fact is there is a lot to like on like several kind of projects.
Mhm.
There's some which are really much like utility focused. There are some which are more in like the journey focused, if you will. I think like you guys would be like very much on like the journey on the one hand, but like culture on the other hand as well. Um, what I'm basically getting at is I would definitely just like suggest to just get yourself like a few NFTs and just like intertwine with these kind of communities, because you know what, at the end of the day I think it could help you guys a lot in the following ways, right? Your your art is really unique. The way you're doing it is unique. Like there are definitely some out there which are doing similar things in their own kind of style, but
Mhm.
there's an advantage when it comes down to like uniting these kind of communities and basically getting exposure through other communities as well, right?
For
um
sure. For sure.
it's something like, man, like I'm listening to what you're saying. I have not heard like a single thing to where I'm like, that sounds sketchy. Like I like what you're saying. Like I really
Well, I hope not, man. Like I'm not here to fuck anyone over, you know. Like I'm here to create art and have a good
yeah,
time with have a good time with the community and build a brand that hopefully over time, you know, becomes, you know, notorious for harboring, you know, the weirdos in the underground and, you know, people who really do like art first. You know,
sure,
it's and you know, I got nothing against, you know, NFT communities that put finance first or utility or gaming or any other type of thing first. Like this is just what we're about. We're always like,
sure.
you know, art first. And I've, you know, we've found like we've done a fair bit of, you know, community collaboration with other communities on Sol, and
Nice.
we have had an influx of incredible community members, and they've come in and they've just taken, you know, the bull by the horns, and they can see exactly what we're about. But then on the flip side, you have some come in and they're immediately like, well, yeah, what's the utility? What else can I do with this? Basically, what they're asking is, how else am I going to make money off this? And you can see through them straight away. So it's like, you know, it's cool to have them
Sure.
for the moment that they're here. But you know, we're always going to be here for the reasons that we're here. And the people who want to fuck with us, like the doors are open for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But the people that fuck with us, they're the ones that we're always going to, you know, push the envelope a bit further for in terms of the art creation, in terms of the longevity of the project. You know, I've dropped merch just a week ago. I do toys as well. So we, you know, there is outside IRL stuff to Planet Kaiju as well, but you know, the focus is the NFTs, obviously.
I'm just like thinking out loud, right? And um because I always get like excited when it comes down to like ecosystem partnerships, like those kind of things. I had like primates. I'm not sure if you're aware of them.
Mm-hmm.
I had them on like last week, and they're doing. I mean, like they're not doing something similar. Like they're a very different project, but they basically deruct from the community, and they're also like focused on, I believe, skating, football, and basketball.
Sick.
Getting
Okay.
into like streetwear, a very different. Like, if you don't mind me, like I'd love to just like show them. I think like there's a lot of confluence there,
Yeah,
and especially
bring it on, man.
since the art is like very different from yours. it might be worth like collabing, or like, I don't know, like I don't want to be out of place or whatever, but like you just get me excited on like ecosystems and how you can expand upon these things, right? Very different background, but like they might have like the same, well, how do you say this? They have like the same kind of morals, if I were to guess, right? Like they call it like the Iron Jungle, basically playing sports on the street, etc., etc. And it does like kind of ring a bell to what you guys, where you guys come from.
Word. Yeah, their artwork's crazy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sick.
Yeah, I think, and like that's like the cool part. Like when you get into primates, it's easy to get into the likes of rogues because like their artist is like the same, but like it's the same artist. But like when you get into that, those kind of collections, like they're like some collectors who basically have like a bunch of all of them, and that's kind of how you, or that's like how I started to navigate through Solana NFTs. And like even then, it's incredibly hard to just like form an opinion, like a well-educated opinion, other than it's shit or it's great.
Yeah. So I love the rogues. Is it the same artist for primates and the rogues?
Yeah. These
sick. Okay, cool.
He's actually like a I believe a Brazilian graffiti artist.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Absolutely. Dude, let's get through the trade store maybe a little bit.
Yeah, cool. We can talk about that for sure. Do you have any Planet Kaiju NFTs?
I don't. Like, I actually want to. So, like, again, I mean, like, if I were, you probably rather have me like to buy them after the interview than before.
Drop me your address in the DMs. I'll just link you up with some now that you can have a play with, and I'll send you some of our token as well, so you've got some monies to play with.
I'm a poor cat, so I appreciate it. Wait.
Well, this is one thing with our token. We don't have any liquidity tied to it. It's just the use in the trade store. So there's always plenty to go around. We encourage staking, but there's plenty of token. So
how does that work with the so just so you know, your token, just so I know, the token is not to be traded on like the secondary markets in that sense?
We prefer not to. I mean, like if people want to, you can't stop people from doing what they want to do.
Sure.
But my train of thought is that, you know, we want these NFTs staked. We want them locked up. Because once you stake and you lock up for the coin, you're showing solidarity with the community. You're showing faith in the collection, that you want to earn the coin to then customize your NFTs. So I'm just like, you know what? If you're staking and you're earning and you're locking your NFTs up, you want to be with us, I have absolutely no problem whatsoever in sending you an X amount so that you can go have a play in the trade store. It's for everybody, you know what I mean?
I got you. I mean, like, I'm just being. I just heard like a child scream, like I just want to make sure it was not my computer exploding, but like there's just like a child screaming. It is what it is. Sorry, I zoned out a little bit.
Oh, good there, man. What's going on?
Well, literally, like someone is just like screaming outside. It is what it is.
Well, all my kids are in bed, so it's not mine.
I mean, like, I don't have any of them just yet, but like, hopefully one day.
All right, so I've just sent you some PK, and now let's grab a couple. Now I've got to try and find some that I haven't customized. Let's have a look.
Quick question on this: you cannot, I would reckon you cannot customize one out of ones, right?
No, you can't.
Okay, awesome. That's
so with the
actually like quite cool as well.
Yeah, well, so we've got two different selections of one of ones. There was the legendaries, which I drew all myself, and then we had the artist edition, where I invited my favorite artists in to create their version of a Planet Kaiju character.
Okay, so basically, let me just like go. Oh, nice. I'm just like unlocking them. Nice. Didn't like the turtle recently get sold or any like or
Not
got
that one.
traded?
Not that one. There was a Leonardo base that was sold for, I think, maybe 2 Sol or 1.5 or something. Okay, let me see if I can get a Godzilla for you. Oh man, I've customized so many of mine. There's one. Actually, let's go that one. He's OG. All right, just transfer. All right, so I'm sending you 3. Oh no, I'm staking them. God, I gotta unstake. I always forget that. Let me just see here. Okay, they're all customized. God damn it. Let's unstake that guy. Let's unstake that guy.
Teams, how do you call again like the ones designed by another artist?
Artist edition. I think it's right at the top.
Gotcha.
So you're looking for the gimmicks one, aren't you?
I mean, like I'm not gonna lie, like I've cried myself to sleep many times, and I'm not sure if I'm open to get my heart broken again. But I'll tell you this, dude, it could be like a cool idea to have like the Medievals founders draw you something, right?
Oh, word, yeah, that could be cool. That could be sick.
If it's something that you'd be interested in, let me know, and I'm happy to ask them.
Yeah, if we can make it fit in the collection, that's definitely something we can do. All right. Sorry, I just had a bit of a hold up on this unstaking.
Yeah, take your time. Like, do you mind me just like asking you some questions in the meantime?
Of course, go.
So basically, where do you, quote unquote, maybe rank is not the right kind of word, but like where do you rank your artist editions compared to the legendary ones? Right? Like, is that like just like is it like the same thing, but like just like 1 out of 1 A and 1 out of 1 B? Are like within the community, or like is there more demand for one than for the other?
It's kind of like 1A, 1B. So the legendaries are basically my artist editions that I didn't want to include in the artist edition category. I wanted that artist edition one to focus solely on the guest artists, because I wanted to do more than one.
That makes sense.
Of the legendary style.
So if you're gonna if you ask someone to create some art, right? Like what are the what kind of boundaries did they have designing this?
I gave them one of the base Godzillas. It just had, a basic area that I wanted them to work within, and then I just said go crazy as long as it fits in, with this kaiju kind of world. Oh, that's my wife actually. That one you've just pulled up. That's her art.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, she's dope.
She's an artist herself, then, I reckon.
She is, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, she was in this. She was with me creating the Acidverse for the first few years of it, but she stepped away.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a fun time, but she kind of stepped away to do other things.
Sure.
But she's still very supportive.
I like her style. Looks awesome.
Yeah, it's dope. It's got this weird kitschy Scandinavian Japanese vibe about it.
It looks dope.
Yeah,
For
she's
sure.
very cool. There we go. There's those 3 done. There we go. Let's try this again. Because I really want you to have a play with this.
Do I need to get like any Solana on this wallet? Maybe.
I think a little bit, not much.
Sure. Let me just like.
I think it's 0.00025 or something per trade.
Sure.
Transaction. Where is he? Okay, this one's been customized, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. Where'd he go? There he is. All right, here they come, baby. How dope is that thing?
This one?
The 3D one?
I mean, like, what the fuck is that? Like, it looks right. Like, it looks something. It looks very cool. Don't get me wrong, but like, equally, it looks like, this is the stuff you see in nightmares, right?
Dude, that's my favorite. That's by an artist called Kelvin Wong, and he's a wizard, man. His artwork is just fucking insane, and he's very streetwear focused and. Very, very Japanese style as well. Like he knew exactly what I was talking about when I said, the brief, and he fucking nailed it.
It's interesting because it's kind of 3D.
Yes.
It's a little bit clay, even if you're looking at like the jacket, but like not really.
Yeah, so he released a collection called Alter Base. They were all 3D. Those things are easily my favorite NFT of all time. They're on ETH, and he moved them to Base. It's since died. He had to leave, but I had to have him do one for me because it was just too crazy.
I mean, I thought, this one recently sold, right?
Either sold or it might have, yeah.
That's cool artwork as well.
Yeah, so that was as an artist called Scribble Warlock. He was on AVAX primarily. Super talented, very unique style. I worked with him on quite a few things. He's just an all-around great guy. But I think the crypto space hurt his soul a fair bit.
There's a lot of people who basically don't like the crypto space that much for that reason, right?
It's hard, man. It's not an easy game.
Yeah. I mean, like, that makes sense.
When you put everything you have into it, and you get shat on, or you get hated on, or you just basically get your collections flawed, or whatever. Like, you've got to have a thick skin.
Yeah, I mean, like, that makes sense, right? Like, there's so many speculators on them on this market, to where it's really hard to just like don't take it for what it is, it being art, right?
Well, at the end of the day, to me, it's the most similar thing to a trading card you can find that's not a trading card. So when you start to put crazy value amounts on these things, and the financial side of the whole movement becomes bigger than the art itself, I think that tends to start hurting things instead of helping.
Probably, but like like it is kind of the balance, right? I mean, like, and so what I mean by that is, right now we're balancing to the downside, to where it's really hard to just like to be self-sustainable, right?
Absolutely.
Whenever you would have like these kind of euphoria moments, like you'll make like a shitload of money to which would probably change your family's life, right? And your loved ones. But it also comes with like a lot of crying on speculators, and I don't know, like what is right and wrong. I've
I
no
don't
clue.
think there's a yeah, I don't think there's a right or wrong, but I think there's probably a perfect balance to be achieved at some point. But
Sure.
it all comes down to the communities who support. You know what I mean? Like the
True.
communities are going to determine what the factor is that drives. Like as much as the founder tries to drive it, I think the build base of the community essentially is you know the driving factor. So if you've got a DeFi focused community driving your NFT collection, like you're going to end up going in that direction. It's just natural.
True.
You know,
Yeah.
you can't force it.
I mean, like that's the one thing which is just like interesting food for thought, right? Whenever DGOTS went down
Mm,
back in the day, it
mhm.
was because people did not like this season 3. And I mean, like, just artists to be disputed, but like if you're looking at like the Matlats thing right now, for
Mhm.
example, right, they literally capitulated because they got less money than expected, to where I'm like, you still got money, and I know it kind of sucks, but like, what did you expect on the other hand, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so this is why we focus on art first. It's as long as you can mess with the art and have some fun and not, break the bank or
Yeah.
put your family into crazy amounts of debt. Like we don't want people putting ridiculous amounts of money into our collections. Like, yeah, we'd like to be more popular
Sure.
and be up there with the blue chips. Like that would be great. But we're also the underground crew. So it's as long as as long as we can all eventually retire someday comfortably. That's
I hear you though, but you know what? Like, that's why like these kind of what we're doing right here right now, I believe that's incredibly important, right? Like,
Mhm.
I think like all you need to is just to get going, to see if people like what you're doing, if people vibe with the culture, and if it's something people want to be a part of. And like that's for I mean, like, I like what you're doing so far. Obviously, as I
Appreciate
tell like anyone, yeah, of course. Like as I tell anyone, I will never vouch for anyone, because it's just like I cannot control how anyone would be like behaving in the future, right? So it's
of
hard for
course.
me to be like, I vouch for this project, because that's not that's not my that's not my role. But
Mhm.
with um the things I can say though is that so far, um, what you guys are doing, it intrigues me. I want to learn more about it, and like I mean, like I'm learning more about it. I'm sure that anyone tuning in right here, right now, will learn more about it. And I think like it looks cool. What you're saying about like the underground part, like even that, like uh deserves to be like shine a light upon, right? Like it's interesting food for thought. And like having said that, like looking at this NFT right there, I'm actually having like the artist over sometime soon, I reckon.
Nice. Yeah, he's a good friend of mine.
Nice.
He lives about an hour away from where I am, and I've known him for probably 20 years now, and he's an incredible artist. He's probably my favorite artist on the planet. So yeah, it was an honor to have him on board, and we've been side by side in this NFT game for since probably 2021, 2022. So I got him involved in the Phantom auction house that was happening when
Nice.
he was sort of doing some stuff on ETH. I was like, bro, you've got to come over and check this auction house out. They're going to adore your work. You're going to kill it. You're going to make some money. Come hang out.
Mm.
And he did, and it happened. And like he delivers on every level, man. He's incredible.
Before I got your link with like the merch store, but like
Oh,
maybe
word,
like
yeah.
let's go to the merch store first, and let's go to like the staking and like the trade store after, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, too easy. There's not a whole lot to look at the merch store. Kept it pretty simple. But I've
Sure.
been wanting. So we launched Planet Kaiju. It was August of last year, um, and I had actually, I'd actually had a partner lined up back when we were thinking about launching Planet Kaiju on AVAX. And when I decided to change to Sol, he didn't really want to fuck with that. So that's fine. So, I went back and so I didn't worry too much about the merch side of things. But like about 2 weeks ago, I just had that little itch I had to scratch. I was like, you know what? I think now's the time to drop a few Planet Kaiju t-shirts and get things going.
I like the painting.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you.
I will tell you this though, and maybe like it is a missed opportunity to not accept any crypto though.
I don't think this platform accepts crypto. So I kind of have these two. So before me being in crypto, my Instagram following was okay. It wasn't crazy.
Sure.
About 7,000 or 8,000. Nothing crazy. But it was very interactive. Anytime I posted work on there, anytime I posted prints or merch, it all did quite well. And I was able to make a fairly decent living off that. As soon as I got into crypto, all my Instagram followers just hated on it. They didn't want anything to do with it. They wanted, traditional, tangible artwork or merchandise. So this store has existed since before I was in crypto, and I've just kept it.
Actually makes sense.
I've just kept it because it's easy to use. All the garments are print on demand. They're all super high quality. There's champion bases. I've got AS color bases that I can use. All the brands are very, very good in terms of the bases. It was just time to drop some PK merch.
Nice.
So yeah, we don't have to spend too much time on that. You can close that down.
Sure. I mean, like I'm just looking at it. It looks cool though. I like it.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Okay, let's fucking go. This is, I think, teens. Is this like the biggest, the biggest kind of all differentiation from your competition? Would it be the trade store?
Absolutely. It's expanded the initial collection in terms of trait numbers, and I think we've actually probably doubled the initial amount of traits since we launched. So you're essentially just adding on top, and every single drop that I've done, I think I've done 6 different drops so far now. So you're essentially just building and building and building, giving everyone all of these different options to take their original OGs and just give them a little bit more flavor and a little bit more of a different feel. And that's not to say that we shouldn't be leaving our OGs looking the way they are. This is just something extra to play with, and I think it helps. If anyone ever comes in asking what our utility is, besides art, this is it.
But you know what? Like, honestly, I'm just gonna say it like it is. I fucking hate it when people are like, well, what's the utility? Then go to DeFi. Like, I don't care for it. Like, that's just my opinion on these things. I don't believe that. Like, teens, what is the utility on a PSA 10 rated holofoil Charizard?
I'm with you, brother. I'm 100% with you. I know exactly what you're saying.
But like, this is just pure entertainment, and I like it.
I love that you have that view on it. Is absolutely perfect.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know what? Like, if enough people like it, then so be it, right? But like, your hardest of hardcores should be just like the ones who appreciate like the product for what it is at its core, right? Like, if you're looking at Eagles, for example, and it's not to just like shout out like anything like I'm appreciative of, but like, you gotta like it for what it is. If you want to get like yourself a famous fox, you're gonna enjoy some perks on like their platform, and their platform is absolutely amazing, right?
Yeah.
But like, that's the whole point of like those foxes to begin with, because you send them on missions, and like they might actually like bring you some utility. But like equally, and I'm not hating on them, like I like Foxes a lot, but I don't think like the art on Foxes is equal in like the way it looks as to a DGOT, for example. Like that's just my opinion. I like the art of DGOTs a lot more, but like then again, like if you're looking at utility, it's not quite the same utility, and like it's for like, well, at the end of the day, like the market to decide what's more valuable.
Yeah, I think as long as you're happy with whatever it is you're doing, like I mean, you can be a collector of an NFT for its artwork and have
Sure.
absolutely nothing to do with its utility. You know, like
Yeah.
I'm a lot like that. Like I've collected thousands and thousands of NFTs since I got into the space. A lot of them, you know, on dead chains or dead founders and founders who left the space and never came back. But you know,
Oh yeah.
doesn't mean I appreciate the artwork any less. It's all there to collect, in my opinion, and I collect the things that I love. So
It's true. Like, do you know Bunjil by any chance?
I do not.
Okay, like I will not ever like let a opportunity to shit on Bunjil like slip away. Like I got into Solana NFTs. You might find this interesting. The first ones I actually got was called Lily, because I fucked with the art. I think it's just like great art. It has a cartoony kind of vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty simple. I'm not sure why my internet. Just bear with me.
Magic Eden does that, right?
Yeah, it's true. But anyways, like there's a fine line between like appreciating the art for what it is and like equally just like playing the victim card and be like, well, I'm burned out. I'm gonna stop like all kind of activities, because like at the same time, I do kind of feel that as a founder, there's some responsibility to be taken for like the road you've taken. And if
Absolutely.
it's not you, right? Like it just like don't just like shake off the responsibility, just like do whatever is responsible to your community as well.
And I completely agree. And like how are you expected to receive support from your community if you don't reciprocate and turn up and be there for them when every single I mean, you don't have to be there every single day, but it doesn't take much to just jump in, say what's good everyone, how are you, it can be while you're taking a shit, just on your phone, on the toilet. It doesn't matter. Like it's
true.
It's easy, man. It really is. And if you care about your collectors, it's even easier. You know what I mean?
I mean, like, you know what? Like, it's always like kind of like a hard conversation to have, because like I get like the point of view or like the perspective from the community, and equally I get it from the founders, right? Because like we don't have to deal with like the shit from whales, we don't have to deal with like the pressure, etc. But at the same time, no one pointed like a gun to your face
True.
saying you need to make this decision, right? Like
That's
if
true.
it's bringing like a great life to you and your family, just do whatever's necessary. Okay, anyways, like sorry for my ranting and yapping.
No, man,
Let's
this is
get
a
to
good chat. This is a good chat.
It is, right? I like it.
All right, so you want to go ahead and select an NFT before you do anything?
Wait, let me just
refresh that. So there is one in there that's been customized.
Ooh, you got me 3. Holy shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Dude, I appreciate this. Folks, these will, I mean,
hey,
these will be
don't flaw them, bro.
I'm gonna instantly like, dude, teens, I'll tell you this one. My heart was broken the other day. I like with Primates, they actually gave away a pretty good NFT and it got instantly dumped into bits.
Dude, it happens so much.
So hard on that. Like it sucks. I've had the longest rant after to my community, and I was like, guys, just know if anyone is ever gonna do this ever again, I will like instantly ban you from the site. I don't care. At the very least, before like selling your asset, which is fine, it's your asset, but like mingle with the community, see if it's to your liking, and if it's not, then but like don't do it like the same day. Come on, dude. Like that's not why I bust my ass off.
Right, right. Like we've got no problem like giving. We're a very generous community, and you know we're more than happy to hook, you know, new members up who maybe can't afford but are dope and want to get in. But man, so many times we run a community fucking competition on X, and I see a name come up that I don't recognize, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Here we go. This is going to get sold in seconds. And it happens every time, but what are you going to do?
Well, we can shame them publicly and ban them. And I will do it.
If only I could do that. As a founder, I don't think I'm allowed to do that.
Dude, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
I've done that in the past. It hasn't always worked out favorable.
Well, I mean, fair point. Okay, dude, let's get right into it. So, tell me about like these guys. You obviously you see like the lizard here. You have like the bear. You have like the
ape.
The ape. What's the? Have these been like modified?
The one on the left has the Godzilla has been modified.
Nice.
Okay, but before we go any further, what I think is so dope about this. So I don't know if you know the history of the Gotham Labs trait stores at all.
Not really, actually.
Okay, so not too long ago they went through a redesign. And the original design was cool. It was a little clunky, but it did the job perfectly. The redesign now is dope because once you click into your select NFT there, one thing that Rico put in is that you can go all trait types on the drop down. So just go back up and just click on the X above the bear's head. All right, now we go to select an NFT. So let's say that you had like, oh, it just selected it immediately.
Yeah, sorry, there's a small delay, so like it's.
But I was just going to point out how dope it is that, say, if you were holding 200 of these things, which many of our collectors are, you can filter this now. Like you never used to be able to filter by like trait types. Say you want to, you want to. I just want to throw some light on the trait store itself. Because I think if there's any founders out there, any artists out there thinking about doing this, Gotham Labs is incredible, and what they've built here, to me, it's next to perfect. So one feature I really enjoyed that he implemented was that you could, before you even select an NFT to customize, you can filter and find the exact one that you want, which makes things a hell of a lot easier. You've just got the 3, so you just pick the one that you want to do. I just wanted to shine a little bit of light on that. It's a nice feature. I mean,
honestly, just like shout out to Rico.
Yep.
I think this guy might be like he's the real deal, I believe. I think like I have not heard a single individual like speak lowly of the guy.
He's so accommodating. He listens. He is so helpful. He's got no problem getting on a call at 4 a.m. his time. Like he will just like, he'll take care of you. And you know, with our collection, the way that it's set up with all of these different categories of characters, it presented, and because the way I built it, I used a different platform to build the collection, then I export the collection. And within that app that I used to build it, there's a lot of rules, there's templates that I use, there's a whole bunch of shit that nobody really takes into account when creating collections. When Rico saw that, he was like, yeah, this is pretty crazy. Like, nobody does this. So he was able to adjust and work with us to make sure that all of our traits were able to be input into the trait store, and so that everything just became seamless and it wasn't a giant mess in the back end. He's incredible.
I mean, like, I try to actually like fit in like Orbis as much as I can, right? They're still in the beta phase, and like sometimes you kind of, from like the user experience, it's kind of well apparent that they are. But I want I want these guys to succeed so fucking hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, big time, big time.
First of all, right, like what have like Magic Eden and Tensor done lately for the market? And I think like these guys have like the talking about like GeoTM Labs or Cotton Labs. They have like the right kind of background, which is just like NFT infrastructure rather than gambling, a gamify infrastructure, right?
Yes. Yeah, they're on the right path, and they're just so dedicated, and they're just true to what they're building. You know, they understand what founders and artists are trying to build as well, and they're just so accommodating. It's so good.
I mean, like, happy to learn more. Like, I'm gonna shield the living shit out of them from the moment they're live for sure. As long as they're trying to like be like a net positive to the market, like they have my vouch for sure,
Dude, have you had Rico on the show?
Are you teens? Come on, dude. You haven't seen the one? Like, what the fuck?
I'm busy, man. I haven't seen everything.
It's true. Like, you're missing out, brother. No, like, all jokes aside, like, I've had him on. He's great. Like, I would love to have him on for games as well. And you know what? I would love to just like collaborate with the guy in whatever way, shape, or format, like whenever it will make sense, right? Like, I don't know, like I'm really looking to just like add value to the space here, right? From like the content creation point of view. And I believe like the likes of you, the likes of Rico, right? Like, it's an interesting path. Yeah. I don't know. Like, if there's anything I can do, like, I'm a fan of theirs for sure.
Yeah, I'm with it. I like it. I'll hunt down that video and watch that later.
I'll link it to you in a second.
All right, let's customize one of these babies.
Let's do it. Okay, here's a question to you. Which one would you reckon, with like the current, which one would you recommend customizing right here, right now?
I'd go with the ape first. Okay, so now in your little interface here, you can see just above you've got the tabs: background, demon body, demon fit, goji body, goji fit. So they're your separate trait layers. So on the left, underneath your NFT, you can see your list of traits.
Yep.
So you can see that the category that this NFT is in, he's a king. So what you want to do is up in the top bar there, you want to scroll across until you can start seeing king accessories, king body, king fit. So then you can start to play with these any way you want.
So quick question there. King is like the name of like the ape, right?
That's the category name of the apes. Yep.
Gotcha.
Goji is the category name of the Godzilla lizards. Kamasu is the category name of the bears. Enjin is the category name of the humans. Teraneshi is the category name of the birds. And Aku is the name of the demons. So yeah.
What is over and under about?
Okay, so over is an overlay layer. If you scroll through there, you're going to see an over at some point. There we go. Yep, to the left.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay, so they're all sold out except for that custom build. So if you were to purchase that, you see that has a soul value underneath instead of a PK value.
Okay.
If you were to purchase that border, then I would redeem for you a custom 1-of-1 where I draw anything that you want. Basically a legendary.
I mean, like, that's done. Are you kidding me?
That's a good start.
You're gonna draw me like anything you'd like. Christoph Robin. See you later, brother. Yes, I made it. Are you kidding me? Like, right now I'm gonna do this.
Yeah. So that's and there was only 9 of those available. So it's not like it's easy to get. So
So what would that
you don't
mean,
have.
like-
I don't think you have to apply that. I think if you just want to purchase it and put it in your backpack, that's possible. But personally, I think it looks dope as a border on the NFT.
maybe just like not on this one though, right? Because like it's does it?
I'll leave it up to you. I'll leave it up to you.
You're putting me on the spot to make these kind of decisions, right?
You can
now.
always, don't do it now. Just come back later. You know it's there. Don't worry about it right now.
It's true. Well, you know what? Like it's I'm slightly autistic, right? So like this is a lot to take in. But like let's hypothetically, right? So let's talk about like this one in a little bit. But like the I want the audience to basically see how can I like to what extent can I visually make an NFT look better?
Okay, well, let's go back to the overlayer and let's turn that one off.
Sure.
If you go back to over. You just want to click on all. Just click on all. Yep,
reset?
on the color. There you go. Reset works. Okay, so let's start by. I think starting with the base is always a good place to start. So if we go to King Body.
Yep.
And just go left to go to all. There we go. So if you just start clicking on them, you're going to see them change, and you can see how you feel about each one.
Nice.
So if there's something that vibes with you there, if there's nothing that vibes with you here, and you'd rather try, say, the bear or the Godzilla, we can always go back and try something else.
The thing is, I like the color palette of this one a lot. So,
I mean, that looks pretty sick from where I am.
This one, right?
I like that one, and I like the see. You don't have to commit either, so you can plug something in, and then we can go say you like the pink fur one, or you like the orange one. It's all good, and then we're going to let's go King Fit, which is your next category up to the right there, and now we're going to start to look at jackets, and you're going to start to see. I'm pretty aesthetic, so I like to match colors within the body to the jacket. But sometimes going contrast works as well. So it's all a matter of taste. And you can always see how many are left of the particular trait. Next to the price, it'll have an amount that's left. So you can see automatically what's kind of popular, what gets bought up.
Does it get sorted by like how popular it is?
What's he got the sorting on it? I think I thought it might be alphabetically.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I think it's alphabetically. I don't think there are many sorting options just yet. I'd really like to have a good chat with Rico about the UI. It's so much better than what it was, but I think it could be a lot more user-friendly as well.
It's not like super clear just yet, but like, don't get me wrong, like I'm not complaining. Like I just feel
neither. Like with everything, it can be improved, right?
Sure. I mean, like I think this one looks pretty dope as well. Let's stick with this for now.
Okay, cool. So, all right, now let's go to his accessories. Now, this is the accessories for the king is actually the hat layer. Now, I don't know if I'm going to check on my screen. Did I put in? I may not have put a clear layer in for these ones. With some of them, I've included a clear layer so it can sort of take off the trait if you don't want any trait on that layer. I haven't included it. I haven't included it with this one. So you're kind of forced If you don't want to keep the hat that's on the original NFT, then you want to change it up, then you're kind of forced to use something that's in here.
Sure.
And there'll be a lot more added in the future. Like, we're not even a year into this collection yet.
So what's the pace you guys are developing these kind of things?
So it's all on my timeline because it's all basically up to me to draw them up and load them in. I think we've gone one store drop for every probably 6 to 8 weeks.
That's nice. And how many pieces would that be? Like not one piece, right?
Oh no, dude! Like full collection.
Oh
like
shit!
It's almost like a proper collection. Like I
That's
really
nice.
Well, man, I'm a big streetwear guy, and I grew up in my 20s were spent in the 2000s, so like streetwear was pretty massive for me, and being involved in clothing brands, most of my life as well. I kind of have that understanding of the flow of seasonal drops. God, that hat's so dope.
This one is bleach, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, you got it, baby. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm telling you, brother. Like I don't have a life.
Sounds like your life is dope if you know what that hat's from.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean, like, dude, like I like the art. Like, what can I say? Like, okay, so don't mind me asking. Like, if I want to change it to this, right?
It's
and actually,
good. We're not done.
Actually, I do need like another background. Sorry, like I'm not done.
Yeah,
I'm not fucking done.
So then now it becomes what's the vibe of this thing? Like, do you want like blocky text, and is it graphic, or are you going something smoother, or is it a single color? Like, there's a lot to choose from, and with my extensive graphic design, illustration, graffiti, streetwear, skateboarding background, I'm able to draw on a lot of different influences, but also keep it all within the style of Planet Kaiju, so that we've got something fun to fuck with. And a lot of the times, man, I look at this and I completely forget that I created it myself. Some of the dudes in our community come up with the wildest combinations that I would never have thought of or dreamt of, and they look so good. I forget that it's my art.
Can you maybe share some? Because I would actually love to like share them on the screen. I'll drag them up. Is there a way for you to, or like would that be like a little hard
to show ones that people are customizing?
Yeah, like some of like the most the ones you like the most, if it's something convenient to you, right?
I mean, you can just look at my wallet.
Okay,
I think mine are all dope.
Okay, fair. There you go. I would like which owner or like what?
If you go to, I think I'm number 9 on the holders list.
5XWEB.
I think that's me. Yeah. That's not me.
Okay.
Hang on. I thought I was number 9. Let's have a look. Holders. Why am I getting no data?
Maybe number 8.
Give it a go. That's certainly that's me.
There you go. Oof.
Oh, it's not showing the updated for you, I don't think.
Really? That's interesting.
Oh, you're on Tenza.
Wait, I could actually just go on
see if Magic you can see that. Or Orbis, yeah. I've got to get Rico to update that banner. That's incorrect.
No NFTs found. Wait.
You know what you can do? If you just go to the collection
Yeah. On
And
Orbis?
if, yeah, and if you go to, let's go Demon Body.
Sorry. Planets.
And let's look for blue. Where is it? Ranger Blue? Search for Ranger Blue in the traits.
Within Demon Body, right?
Mm-hmm. Ranger Black, Ranger Blue is the one you want.
This one,
And
right?
that one there, yeah. I'm holding that. So you can see my wallet from there, yeah. There we go.
This could be it, right?
That's me.
Nice.
Yeah, so I like to stick with fairly strong color palette aesthetics, and then I also like to go, if I can, as evil as possible.
There you go.
I like evil.
Just don't be evil towards your holders and you'll be fine.
Never.
It's cool, man. Like, I like this. I do think that like it's obviously like a little shitty that Tensor does not update them.
Yeah, it's whack.
That fucking sucks, actually. Is it the same with Magic Eden?
No, Magic Eden will show them. You may have to refresh them to have them show up, but
Sure.
for the most part, they'll.
Oh,
I think
nice.
they're pretty good. They're pretty good at scraping, so I think they show the updated versions quite often.
Oh man, like this looks cool. I like it.
Yeah, anytime I can insert something a little bit darker, a little bit more evil, but also keep that streetwear vibe, and get the color pink in anywhere I can. Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
I think the pink matches well.
Yeah, so when I first decided to use the name Teams on Acid, I started using basically primarily pink for 2 or 3 years in my artwork, and I didn't really stray away from that. It was just pink, black, and white. And I eventually got bored of that and expanded on it. But basically, that color pink is a Pantone color pink. I don't know if you know what Pantone colors are, but it's a universal color code for printing. And I picked a brand color and I've stuck with it. It's the same with the blue. It's the same with the blue for Acidverse and Planet Kaiju. It's important to have a brand color, so it holds your identity, and registers in people's minds that when they see that particular color, hopefully it makes them think of what we do.
Well, having said that, let's finalize this shit for
man.
sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
What would you say? Like I think like this background looked pretty dope. So on the one hand, I was thinking this, but this looks pretty cool as well.
Yeah, I think that's really strong. It's graphic. It's solid. You've got the Japanese writing down the side, which says Planet Kaiju. I think it fits with the aesthetics of the collection. The graph stuff's cool too. I think anything you can, but that's intense. That's really contrasty.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go for the purple and orange. I'd go for something purple or green. You got the hot pink blood in there as well, but that looks pretty dope, man.
I might as well just go for it, right? So
now if you you can always come back and change it later. So yeah, if you just purchase, that should complete the transaction.
So if I'm gonna do like the mythic, right? How would that work?
Okay, so you would just
oh shit, I did not click apply on NFT. Should I still need to click on this?
No, it should be sweet.
Okay,
I'm fairly sure it should still be sweet. I never click on that.
Okay, gotcha.
But if you Let's test it out if you want to. I think if you, yeah, sick. Look at that transition. That's crazy, dude.
That looks sick, actually.
I love this. I love this screen that he implemented because it
Yeah.
enables us to take screenshots and use these screenshots on X to show what we're doing. You know, it's all good and well to say, "Hey, we're customizing," and
Yeah.
shit's
know
dope
what? Like,
over here.
I'm gonna do that right here, right now.
Let's go.
Um, let's see. Let's tag you guys. Boom. Planet Kaiju. Boom. That's
Unreal.
interesting, man. I think like it's fun for sure, right?
You can get lost for hours in this, man. It really is so much fun.
So how much did I just spend on like the PK kind of thing?
Okay, let's have a look. How much were those traits worth? So what did you get? You got the hat. So that's, I think we've kind of, after our first 2 drops, I think I decided just to price everything at 10,000 PK for the time being. So it's not a whole lot. It's like what'd you spend there? Like 40,000 PK. So it's not a whole lot. If you're like really collecting and you're staking, you could be earning upwards of 20,000-30,000 PK a day quite easily.
Okay,
So,
gotcha.
so the plenty of the coin is there. And like I was saying earlier, if you really are strapped for PK and you only own 1 or 2, but you really want to get into the customizing, then I'm right here. Just hit me up in the DMs and I'll sort everybody out.
I mean, dude, like I'll tell you this much. Like you said something, and I kind of how would that work? So I would just like get myself the banner, and you're gonna make something custom made for it.
Yeah. So we'll have to have a sit down. We'll have a chat, and and then we'll go back and forth, and we can do it any way you like. Like we could use the traits that are already in the store, or I can draw something from scratch. There's actually, let me see. I can show you one that someone has already done. If we go to the traits, where's our legendaries? Legendary Kinky Dread.
Wait, how do I get there?
I think you're looking at my wallet still, so you need to. Here, I'll send you the link. Send link. Where are you? You're there. So yeah, Kinky Dread's an amazing community member. I think he was in the chat earlier. So yeah, we just jumped on a call. We had a chat. He told me what he kind of wanted in a 1 of 1. He gave me a list of things that he was into, and then we just built this crazy mecha with kind of weird dreads.
I was gonna say that kind of looks like a predator.
It does a bit. That's true. That's true. And
like
we were going to try and put Biggie Smalls Coogie jumper on him, but I just couldn't get it working. It was like it was too much.
Dude, like this stuff gets me excited for sure. Let's see how we'll get there. I'm super happy to figure something out.
Yeah, cool.
Dude, like I just love art and like creating it, and like I love to like showcase it, and I love to basically like share the passion with all these cool artists or initiatives or founders, right? So like that's basically why I'm here, right? Like to just like share this passion I have, and thank you for considering.
I love it, dude.
dude. Maybe like let's close off on like the stake.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do that. So the staking is really cool in terms of the bonuses that we've been able to implement. So you can stake locked up for a certain period of time, or you can stake just like a loose stake, which is
Yep.
what I do with mine. So you can unlock at any time. But there are so many bonuses. So if you were to click on the bonuses button up the top there, it'll give you
Yep. Oh, nice.
So it'll give you all of these single trait bonuses if you were to own any of these traits. But then there are also there's also groups. So if you were to own one of every single Godzilla type skin, then your staking bonus increases quite substantially. So we really lean into the collecting and the finishing of a collection, and especially like subsets. So you can see there in some of those ones further down, there are subsets there that include 10 to 12 different traits that if you collect all of them, then your staking bonuses increase.
Gotcha. That's interesting. I mean,
It's
like,
fun.
yeah.
It adds another element to it. And if we had liquidity tied to the token or whatever, other utilities or anything, then that obviously comes into play. And it's awesome for founders and collections that do that as well. So there you go. So you've got your different styles of Godzilla, and if you complete the whole thing, it's a crazy bonus.
That's interesting. I mean, like right now, it doesn't look like it does not look like much, if you will, right? But like, just imagine like this collection being at what, like 5 to 5, 10,
Yeah.
15 Solana floor price, then these are going to be like quite the achievements, right?
Absolutely.
Interesting stuff, man. Like,
and we have a lot of little perks and things happening within the server itself, but we like to reward our top holders, so they might get an exclusive trait now and then. Top 10 holders might get a special jacket. It wasn't too long ago we did like the rich bitch jacket because that was kind of popping off.
Yeah.
I did a one-of-one collection called the Riders of Aku, and they were like these front-facing demons, crazy demons, and everybody who picked one of those up got a complete set of jackets for each category style. So there was a complete set of jackets, and there's monthly rev share on that collection as well. So we try to do a little bit of everything, but at the forefront, it's all about the art and the customization and just the community interactivity and just the fun that we have, man.
I think it's smart because like you can as well like expand upon your business while like rewarding like some of your top whales, right?
Exactly. It's the least I can do, like for these people that put so much effort and energy into supporting what I do. It's anytime I get a chance to give something back, I take it.
Fair, and I think like it's commendable, and what I also kind of believe, like as a founder, you should like not to take anything from you, right? But I think like this is kind of like what you're aiming for. I mean, like, dude, just like being honest, there's not a lot I can talk shit about.
Fuck, I appreciate that, bro.
Like, dude, like if there's anything to where I'm like, well, I kind of feel like you're shitting the bed here or there, I would tell you.
Good. I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, this is like just like the part, right? I think like you guys have everything going for you. I think like you'll just need to be like ready to scale. Right? What will probably help you guys in this moment in time, just like to get your partnerships up and going, and
Mm.
basically like climb the ladder and like the blue chipness of things, if you will. But I think like you guys have like all the ingredients, and like as in any business, whenever there's going to be like something to deal with, you'll just have to deal with it and be flexible. But like that's part of life, right?
That's right, man. And you know, I think we've been through enough in the last 5 years that we're kind of ready for anything that gets thrown our way. And
Yeah.
we're completely open to collaboration, of course. So yeah, like we'll just wait and see what happens. Like we'll see who reaches out, or we'll go on a bit of a mission ourselves. We're coming up on year 2, so
Yeah.
we've got some pretty exciting things happening for year 2 of Planet Kaiju. I've got a new generative collection dropping that fits within the lore of Planet Kaiju. That'll be dropping on the 6th of June. It won't be very
Nice.
big, but it will be very evil.
Question on that: where does
Mhm.
where does that fit within like the universe, and how would you make sure that, because like how do you make sure that like, will the focus still be Planet Kaiju, or will it just be
Absolutely.
okay?
It's something that I have to do as an artist, that I need to be
Sure.
able to try different things and release
Sure.
different things. Not all of them work, um, but it's just the way things are with me, and the community understands that, and they put a lot of faith in me to, when it comes time to drop a new collection, like they put a lot of faith in me to deliver on the artwork side of things and make sure that it's something, you know, worth putting the cost of a Happy Meal towards, just to have some fun. You know what I mean?
Sure, but you know what? Like, I also believe like if you put it like that, right? Like the cost of a Happy Meal, like that's not too much, right? Like, it's
It's
not
usually
that.
less.
Yeah, I mean, um, as an example, um, no, actually, no. I'm gonna take that one back. Um, but like, I am very intrigued by like the way like you guys are gonna evolve. I'm gonna be watching your journey like closely on this one.
Yeah, good.
Um,
Good. I appreciate that.
yeah, for sure, man. Like, consider me a friend. I mean, like, there's a lot to like here. Um, and like, to anyone tuning in right here, right now, don't take my word for it. Like, I literally know quite as much as anyone who tuned in, right? See for yourself. See for yourself if there's something you like or dislike or whatever. But I think like this is definitely an interesting collection to, well, for at the very least, to just like spend some time on and see whether you vibe with it or not, whether it's your cup of tea. I do get that there will be like a counter argument to, it's very different, right, from let's say
Mhm.
a DGOT, to where it's like, hey, like you got yourself a Medusa or a Dylan, and you're one of the top dogs, right? It can be competitive in that sense. Like you might slip over banana peel and something might be more rare, but that's not what this project is about. Um, so yeah, I mean, like, see for yourself, guys. Like, I find this interesting. I do.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, like, thank you for like taking the time. Thank you for like the awesome fucking NFTs. Like, holy shit.
Anytime, man. That's what we're here for. We live to give.
Dude, dude, and let's see if in a few months from now we can all be sipping cocktails on the beach, having a good time, and be thankful for us being early to like Solana NFTs.
How nice would that be, man? I'm
It's
here for
going to
it.
happen. I'll tell you this much. There, like, I'm sure, like, it's the same for you, but like, brother, there's no plan B here. Like, it's
That's right.
either like this shit is gonna like take off, or I'll be sleeping on our bridge, and I am ready for both scenarios.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I'd get a bit dirty.
Right? True. Um, Teens, thank you so much for coming on. Like, it's been what, like nearly 2 hours.
Yeah,
Um,
man, dude, I could talk all day. So but it's
It-
getting late here.
right? And plus, like, this does not need to be like the last time you guys got on, right? Like, consider me a friend. We're only like a message away, right? So thank you for like the time. It's been, I think like this one has been like pretty fucking good. Like I've had like a lot of fun with this one.
That's what it's all about, man. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you having me on, and likewise, just a DM away. So if you decide to dip in and get that custom, then we can jump on a VC and
I
have some
probably
fun.
will. I probably will. Like, because you know what? It's we might as well just like I'm sure, I mean, like, you've drawn cats before. Like, we can make this one like a little more autistic, right? Like, I'm
Of course,
thinking-
man. You kidding me? I love cats, dude. I love cats. Of course we can. My first
Right.
collection was the acid cats. So yeah, we can definitely.
Wait, where
can link
where
you
can
up.
I see those?
Actually, I just dropped. There's always something I just dropped. I'm gonna link you up at the. I dropped some on Solana. On Mallow. Do you know Mallow?
No. What's
Okay, so
that?
Mallow is an art platform. I'm just going to send you the link in the DMs.
Sure.
So here we go. This platform's aimed at solo artists and not so much
Jeez.
larger collections. So this is
Dang.
this is a gumball machine, which is super dope because while you can see all of these NFTs, if you choose to mint one, you don't know which one you're going to get. So it basically, you can see like a couple have sold on them already.
Mm.
The fun part about these ones is that they come with a physical. They come with my Acid Cat toy, which are hand painted, and they're also blind boxed, so you don't know which one you're going to get.
So like your physical one might be
It won't
different
look
from-
it won't look anything like the NFT. There's you can see onto the right. If you go back to the page, if you click on more details,
oh wow.
there'll be a photo there of the cats that was in progress of me painting them. There was only 100 painted, and I've added 50 to this collection here. So with this collection, if they choose to mint, included in the mint price is the NFT itself, the physical, and shipping worldwide. So this is my Acid Cat. This is my first ever.
Dude, like I would even go as that's pretty fucking cheap too.
That's what we do, man. Like I don't want to. I don't think a high price entry point is. It's just not who we are. It's just not what we do. I want everyone to be able to experience these things the same way I do. Like I have a lot of fun creating them, and I love each one of these as my own. So, you know, as long as I cover my costs, I'm good.
Well, and I mean, like if it takes off, like you'll still make money on the royalties, right?
True. Yep.
So I mean, like, dude, like I'm all for founders making a bunch of cash. I mean, like I have no problem with that at all because, like, if you guys are making a bunch of cash, as long as you don't like fuck over your community, everyone can be happy, right? Like, I think it's really important for like the artists to actually like be happy in all of this as well. So,
absolutely, yeah, I'm with you, man.
I mean, like that's super interesting.
That's the Acid Cat.
I got like this feeling we'll be in touch. I will thank you so much for your time. I hope you had like a great time. Thank you for attending, and let's catch up sometime soon.
Anytime you're ready, brother. Thank you.
Have a good one, brother.
Peace.
How are you doing, broskies? What are we thinking? Let me just share this. Boom. I mean, I thought that one was like pretty cool. Brody saying, dude, seems pretty legit. Might scoop me up a little some. Yeah, I mean, like, I was pleasantly surprised. I like how much they have covered. Just being honest, like, I mean, like, guys, like, I'm telling you, like, I find this like really challenging to spot good projects at the early stage. I don't think that's my I don't think that's why I'm here. But when I do find them, I just get like quite exciting. Christoph Robin saying that was an awesome interview. You got a lot out of him. Thank you so much, man. Like, it was really easy to get along with him. I'm not gonna lie. Thank you, man. Like, it was like a very good one. I think like this was easy to like. I'm gonna keep an eye on them for sure. All they need to do right here, right now, is just to continue this path, right? Just keep on doing this, right? And interesting stuff. But I do kind of, it's going to be interesting to see like how people are going to perceive the way like customizable NFTs are going to be a thing, right? Like that will be also like the same thing with THC Labs, for example, with growers. Those are NFTs you can also customize. It is interesting, right? I'm very when people are talking about like NFTs are going to be different, right? We see medievals having like these burn mechanisms. We see this. We see growers. I'm just like highly interested to see what this space is gonna like evolve towards. Is this something like people will like? Is this something people will not like? Time will tell. But it's different, and I think like different in this way is good, because you know what, there might be just enough people who prefer this over the one over the other, to where there's a market for both, right? Shade Up saying, Teens is dope, been with Planet Kaiju since mint day, the art and community are fire. I haven't seen too much of the community just yet, so like I cannot comment on that. But what I got from them is that, I mean, like it's interesting, right? It's interesting. I mean, like this is kind of what I'm looking for when you're talking about like these new kind of projects coming up, right? I have no clue what it's going to once you upgrade a few, you're hooked. Be careful. I mean, like I just like upgraded one, and I got like this fucking twitch. I'm not going to lie. Really, really interesting. I'll tell you guys what. I fucking love what I do. Just like having like these persons of interest on within NFTs and especially on Solana. This is so fucking amazing, not gonna lie. And plus, like, I also get to like call out bullshit if I believe that's the case, right? So, but this is absolutely incredible. And Kirsch, how are you doing, brother? I'm waiting for you to tell me, Kat, I've listened to you. I fucked off out of like the ozone chain. I'm doing amazing. I want you to win, and I'm gonna you gotta like I need you to switch chains, my man. I've never heard of ozone. I've thought about this like deeply. It's just too much of a gamble, brother. Doesn't mean that you cannot make money with it, but we promote autism here. We promote the urge to collect these things. Also, guys, just like a small little sidestep here. I will send token address. Can you search and find out its impact in leisure? No, I will not do that. Sorry, like there's only so much I can do. I have no clue on ozone. I'm not gonna be searching on like a chain I don't know anything about. I just like give you false information. Who knows? Maybe you're super early to the party, right? And ozone is gonna be the next thing. I just feel like it's a huge kind of what? It's a gamble. And guys, I'll tell you this much. I want anyone with me on this journey to fucking win. And that's just me being real here, right? So I think this dude made ozone. I think it's true. It could be. I don't care for it. I don't care for Solana, for Ethereum NFTs. As I know you have much knowledge about blockchain NFT and tokenomics, that's why I'm asking, not suggesting, please don't mind. I don't mind anything. I'm just like putting in boundaries on like whatever I can do actually to potentially add value, but to where it's scalable as well, right? So, oh shit, wait, let me get like the fucking groove up. There you go. Guys, what I'm good at, and even like what good at is subjective in whatever way, shape, or form, right? I'm a purist in Solana NFTs. Solana Foundation, sponsor me, motherfuckers. But it's true. I love Solana. I think it's like the greatest community to collect in. And yes, like it's the liquidity as good as Um, is it as good as the as Ethereum? No, it's not. But equally, and I will fucking die on this hill, right? The great thing with Solana is that it's so easy to get to people. If anyone is new, I mean, like, who am I? Like, bro, I didn't make anything. I didn't make anything, not Ozone, not even Treasure NFT. I'm just a user of it. Don't make fun of me, please. Dude, I'm definitely not making fun of you. I'll make fun of people doing retarded things. I will not make fun of anyone just being new to things, if that makes sense to you. I don't like, literally, you can send me a message on Twitter. Happy to help in the best way, shape, or form I can. Oops. Fuck. I'm close to window. Give me a second, folks. What if Ozone wants to sponsor you for good money? You switch in. I mean, like, honestly, if Ozone would be depending on like produce, I will change chains depending on the amount of, if it's life-changing money, like, obviously, but like we're talking about like $500,000 per month, brother. I will gladly change for 6 million a year. Let's do it, Ozone. I want you to teach me about your NFT marketplace. Start out with getting yourself a Solana wallet. Christoph Robin, by the way, I just literally accidentally closed the browser, so give me a second. Yard. All I know, Ozone and Treasure NFT is going to be life-changing for users. Rest, God knows better. I mean, like, guys, like, I'm not gonna ever make the claim that like any NFT would change your life. I'm telling you that, like, hey, you're watching someone who has this urge to collect these assets. I'm having a shitload of fun with it. I can be truly myself, talk to like founders, learn more, and possibly like build like this kind of community which are all on track with me on this journey to basically learn more about Solana NFTs. Like, that's what I do. I will never say like any asset will change your life. Your own actions will change your life, if that makes sense, right? So yeah, I don't give a rat's ass about like Ozone or Treasure NFT. Like, they could be like the best thing, and maybe I would be missing out. So be it. Like, I'm definitely okay with like taking that kind of risk. supposed to be a quantum resistant blockchain. Oh, Solana is the retard resistant blockchain, and it's not working. I'm looking up. He might be a trendsetter indeed. It's true. It's true. Give me 1 sec. I like the art focus, for sure. I think like the focusing on art is something. It's just like the strongest base, right? I think it's a lot better than yikes, than just doing this for let's get this stuff up and running. Presents. Share screen. There we go. And there we go. So guys, like, what do you think? Here's like an interesting question, right? Was there anyone who didn't like it? Like, were there any red flags to anyone? Like, is there anything I missed potentially? That's not too much. Let me see. In a few hours from now, I'm gonna be doing the. Wait, actually, in a few hours from now, I'll be doing the another stream with JMOS. With JMOS, that's in what, 3.15 hours? So we working, folks. So, anyways, in literally 4 hours from now, I will be streaming yet again. We're gonna be we're gonna go through the interwebs, as in like the secondary markets. We're gonna be discussing DGOTs, medievals, whatever JMOS wants, right? Like whenever I tend to spoil my guests, god damn it. So anyways, in a little bit, let me recharge a little bit. Let me get like some water in, some coffee in. I'm located in Europe, my man. And I'm also gonna say, like, I need to recharge my focus a little bit. So bear with me, folks. Like, if you like this this kind of alpha, I thought you were from America. I take that as a compliment. Thank you. I will be back in 4 hours from now, 3 hours 45. And we're not fucking stopping, right? Also, guys, huge announcements in a few hours, I believe. I will be like announcing what I have like in plan for tomorrow, because like tomorrow's guest is gonna be like fucking good. I appreciate you tuning in. Like, it means the world to me. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. We've been smashing YouTube. We got like 115 we got 115 subscribers. Let's fucking go. 116. Boom. On to the next one. In 4 hours from now, I will be live yet again, because guys, I do not have a fucking life. NFTs is my life, and there is no plan B. I will purr you guys later, and we will talk soon. Thank you for tuning in. 4 hours from now, be there or be purring square.